on, must be the shoes. Must be the team, must be the camp, must be the crew. You need a win, who need a win, that's all we do. I've been a king and I've been about mine. Never could doubt mine, they running the route, I leave an outline when I hit them. Spin on, spin move, in zone, scope. Scope from sideline to touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. Spin on, spin move, in zone, scope. Scope from sideline to touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. Putting it down for that, time I was down and out. Had to bring grinding back, doing the drills and working the wheel where you're grinding at. You know what it be, playing this here for the keeps. Had to make out with a feast, a family to feed. Third cold where the trophy should be. EA got me in the game now. Breathe on with the game now. They're here with a lane now. My home second with a ring now. Legendary on the field, kinda drip is a skill. It's the highest cruiser bill, ain't nothing just to heal. Spin on, spin move, in zone, scope from sideline to touchdown.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. Whistle blown, a timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Kickoff for Dallas.
Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And off we go from Cleveland. Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Alden Smith. It's a pickup of 3.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
The ball carrier.
Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call VCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, 30 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic, and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points. So they've got into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
10 at the 24-yard line.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. Throwing on 2nd and long. Dalton, he'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb. 32 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful. Well, not content with the first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Number 6.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 35 yards. And the Browns are back within a score. And now a two-point conversion attempt forthcoming. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the two-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Let me breathe for a minute.
Another try after the first down sack. Dalton, they'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Dalton sets up play action. Rolling to his right. And that is incomplete.
Dalton on the keeper. Intended for Michael Gallup. Incomplete.
Andy Dalton going to stay on the field. They're going to try and go for it on 4th down. So they are going for it. Now Dalton. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is Tony Pollard. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play. Of this first quarter.
With the score, Browns 14, Cowboys 13.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And fresh off the pick six. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. On play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. In trouble, and he's taken down. Myles Garrett able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long... And this will be caught at the 30.
You get nothing and like it.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
Complete.
Amari Cooper, 79 yards. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Greg Zuerlein to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Take over first and 10.
The Browns drive about to get started. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives to see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. And now look at him go. 20.
Nothing less, baby.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns can grab the lead if they hit the extra point. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for two. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. Now after the score, it's Parkion to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. And he'll go out of bounds all the way down inside the 35.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole? Setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
The first down carry by Elliott doesn't amount to much as he'll get forward for about a couple. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Brings Elliott, toss right. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he'll be out of bounds.
Now, the good thing for you, partner, is you're not as old as I am, okay? So back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, the right side of an offensive line was almost always your power side. Your bigger, stronger, physical guys. But on this play, they tossed it right and looked like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, but that's not the case so much anymore, you're saying, with the bigger guys? And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
To number 21.
Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys have once again taken the lead. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Donovan Peoples-Jones on the return. The Browns take over 1st and 10.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now Chubb. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
Taken down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. they've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to follow them up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to slip through.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Chubb. Trayvon Diggs getting the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Could you just see their defensive lead?
It's a foot race. Past the 20. 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 63 yards. As his guys are able to regain the lead.
The Browns will line up for the...
Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And his throw is incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And I think he's going to go. They're going to get him. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys have now moved out in front.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is the absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. And he is going to lose yardage here.
The score, Cowboys 33, Browns 20.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Browns take over 1st and 10.
The Browns drive about to get started. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd.
And again, it's Chubb. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day. Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Hill bites, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. And you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Brought down by Aldon Smith. A gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 13.
3rd and long for Mayfield. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
A 3-yard loss on the play. It's 4th down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. Play action now, Prescott. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now that after the sack, will be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Prescott now. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Browns defense stands tall. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They've been burned twice already on fourth down, but the third time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Room here to run. He's got daylight. The 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, 67 yards. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away.
Fielded in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play. Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. A first down carry by Elliott. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Again, it's Elliott. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 19-yard line. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's 4 to win. And his kick is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the fourth. 36. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.
Dog. take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Hey, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still ballin' like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Their own 21-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Not the kind of game that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of game that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. 3.5 to go, first quarter.
Switch up. Like 22's coming, 22's coming.
Now Wilson on first down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Seahawks have recovered. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop.
Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. 30, 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Complete to
Tyreek Hill, 73 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Flush to his right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time. And I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
He was brought down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. Really not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7.
There's Wilson to throw. They'll run the screen with Carson. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. 6-0 our score after 1. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. 2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now it's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this 1st half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first.
I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it and go. 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 Prime time.
Time over grind, game over, time's up. Play my cards, dealt my hand, ain't really no time for luck. Either you got it, you don't. Lie to yourself if you won't. I put my team on my back, did what I could, what I had. Now I'll be all in my bag, copy and paste with the swag. Bet you can't do it like me. All my winners on repeat. Take your L like a boss, stand 10 toes on your feet. I can never take a loss. I ain't set up for defeat. 4 Giottos on the truck. I had a dream and it stuck. Living my life cause we up. Looking back like where the love. So I be hella low key, but contrary to belief, loyalty runs deep. I keep my ear to the streets. Struggle turned me to a beast. I'm off the chain, I'm off the leash. But baby girl, I play for keeps. Told my brother lately, I've been scheming against all odds like Willie Beeman. I've been grinding lately, this my season. Lord knows I'm trying to find my reason. Lay it out on the line, ain't no looking back. Giving my all with no strings attached. Came from the bottom, rose through the cracks. Spotlight on you, boy, how you gon' act?
I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go.
Ain't it crazy how them tables turn? You can fold or you can stand firm. I'm a real one, so I ain't concerned. I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch you work, watch him hate, watch him lurk. Can't relate, watch you skirt. Out the mud, out the dirt, above the waters, in the murks, at the gate, on site. Red breed, red tight, set the bar, take flight. Yeah, I've been grinding since a youngin'. They told me my timing was coming. I've been hustling with no fun and forget all the fame, get the money. I'm out in LA where it's sunny. I've been eating since a youngin', since we ain't have food in our tummy. The life we was living ain't funny, but you cannot take nothing from me. Put that on my mama, my daughter, my cousin, my brother. I'll show you. Way better than I can tell you. The type of dreams that they sell you. That's why I learned from my failures. Don't do the handouts or the favors. Told my brother I'ma get this paper. Was left behind, I'll see it later. To keep it real, you don't need to wait up. Lay it out on the line, ain't no looking back. Giving my all with no strings attached. Came from the bottom, rose through the cracks. Spotlight on you, boy, how you gon' act?
I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it and go. 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 I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it and go. 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 I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go.
We are about 10 miles or so southwest of downtown Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Cleveland Browns and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Ty Long set to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
For Nick Chubb. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
To Nick Chubb.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. A run for Nick Chubb. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
It's now 4th down.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll run for it. Chubb, and nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. They go play action here on first down. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Henry. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here's Herbert now on second down. That's into the hands of Eckler. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Carl Joseph came roaring in on the safety blitz.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on second down. And this is caught. He's got a touchdown. With a touchdown reception from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Walking into the stadium, we saw a ton of people donning the jerseys of this rookie quarterback, so you know they love that opening drive, and he throws a touchdown pass.
You get a little bit of confirmation about what they had hoped, right? Because they thought they had a quarterback. They're thinking they have a quarterback. You do this, they believe they've got a quarterback. Look up, elbowing each other up in the stands. That's our guy.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Steps away. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
First down.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish an inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. On the ground, it's Chubb. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
12. First down, Browns.
Now Chubb. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
Chubb. And he'll be brought down at at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Chubb with a first down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Brings up 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
I feel you, dog. I feel you.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
4th and goal.
Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. The kick by Parkey is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going, and we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And down to the 11. A big play there just before halftime. 64 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. He'll get this to Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, as the first half is winding down. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Chargers 14, Browns 3.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
On the return, the Browns take over 1st.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Set to kick off.
So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. Blitz coming, and down he goes. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Past the 20. Big play.
She-Rag got me.
Hit boy on the beat, so you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting nothing back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant, he said, I got good news and I got bad news. Okay. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. It's the team of the 80s versus the team of the 90s. The Niners, the Cowboys, they're underway.
This will make it into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 26.